The British Grand Prix was one of the best races in Formula 1 in recent times. It featured a little bit of everything: safety cars, a red flag, inter-team battles, and close racing with 3 teams in the mix for the race win. In this video, we will look at the top 5 things we learned from the British Grand Prix. Let's get started. The halo works. Alfa Romeo driver Zhou Guangyu has credited his car's halo protection device for saving his life after he was involved in a horrific high-speed crash during the first lap of Sunday's British Grand Prix. Zhou was one of several drivers involved in the Turn 1 crash, which resulted in the Alfa Romeo flipping over and skidding across the track onto the gravel before smashing into the fencing. Zhou tweeted on Sunday, "I'm okay, all clear. Halo saved me today. Thanks everyone for your kind messages." There was also an incident in Formula 2 where a race driver was saved because of the halo. The halo is made out of titanium and was introduced in 2018. Although it was initially met with criticism from pundits and drivers, it is now proven to be a crucial safety device in Formula 1. Mercedes are back. The Mercedes W13 had great pace this weekend after the Silver Arrow brought upgrades to their car for the British Grand Prix. For the first time since Abu Dhabi last year, they seem to have a winning package. Believe it or not, Lewis Hamilton has never gone a season in his career where he did not win a race. 2022 looked like it might be the first time he might suffer this fate, as his car was plagued with porpoising, which made him lose lap time and sometimes caused him physical pain. With the FIA stepping in and an upgraded package, Mercedes now seem to have a race-winning car. Hamilton finished 3rd in the British Grand Prix, but at points during the race it looked like he had a race-winning car. Although he might not win his record 8th World Championship this year, the dark cloud that has hovered over Mercedes looks to be moving along. It'll be interesting to see how competitive Mercedes is for the rest of the season. What's going on at Ferrari? Ferrari have a great driver duo with Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Both are ambitious and have the capability to produce great results. However, Ferrari's strategy calls are not up to the mark this season to support their drivers. During the British Grand Prix, we saw that Ferrari had the potential for a 1-2 finish, but squandered the opportunity by failing to pit Charles Leclerc during the lap 39 safety car. In addition, Carlos and Charles had an inter-team battle early in the race in which the teammates were slowing each other down. This allowed Lewis Hamilton to catch the pack, and at points it looked like Ferrari would even lose the victory. There was also confusion at the last safety car restart when Sainz was instructed to defend the drivers behind him rather than pass Charles, who was clearly on a slower tire. Post-race, Leclerc was disappointed with his 4th place finish and seemed to be having a discussion with team principal Matteo Binotto, where Binotto was instructing him not to criticize the team. Ferrari have a chance to win both the Constructors' and Drivers' Championship this year, but have to resolve the problems within the team if they are to fulfill their potential. It will be interesting to see how they address their issues in the upcoming races. What's going on with Daniel Ricciardo? Daniel Ricciardo is an 8-time race winner, having scored more than 1,200 points in his Formula 1 career. However, Ricciardo is struggling with McLaren this season. Returning to the track where he began his F1 career, Daniel was just slow all weekend. A crazy race should have suited the Australian, but instead he finished 13th out of 14 finishers. He currently sits in 14th in the Drivers' Championship with just 15 points to his name. To add insult to injury, his teammate Lando Norris sits 7th in the Drivers' Championship with 58 points and had a much better British Grand Prix, finishing in 6th place. Based on his recent performances, it looks like McLaren might have to sack Daniel Ricciardo and find a replacement driver. It is very sad for Formula 1 fans around the world, as Daniel is a proven race winner and he's one of the highest paid drivers on the grid. It will be interesting to see if Daniel can turn around his form in the upcoming races this season. New cars provide for great racing. The redesigned 2022 cars and the new rules regarding free tire choice to start the race has definitely improved racing. Cars now can follow each other more closely as compared to previous seasons. There was racing action up and down the field in Silverstone with 3 teams in the mix for the race win. In addition, there was a good battle in the midfield as well as in the back of the pack. Strategy also played a key factor, as the top teams could now choose the tire they start the race on during race day rather than having to go with the tires they used during the second qualifying session. This made things really interesting in the British Grand Prix. As an example, George Russell admitted after the race that hard tire was not the best to start the race, as he could not warm them up during the formation lap. If he had not crashed, he would have lost many positions in the start. Formula 1 is now really fun to watch, and I am excited to see which team and driver will come out on top this season. Now I want to hear from you. Who do you think will win the Constructors' Championship this year? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel for more great Formula 1 content.